Dear student, welcome back to Dr. Shrikant Pharmacy channel. Please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon for the latest pharmacy video. So today we came with another topic with respect to absorption of drug from non-per-OS extravascular route. In earlier video I explained the non-per-oral routes. So in this class we are enlightening the one of the most important, the non-per-oral route through the parenteral route. So that is an intramuscular administration. So this route is also very much important when compared to the other types of non-per-oral route, because in this case the absorption is greater than the other non-per route. Say example, skin is there, rectal is there, sublingual is there. So comparatively this route of administration is faster. So like the degradation which will occur in oral administration, like a GI degradation or maybe the first pass hepatic metabolism. So whatever the degradation will be across through the oral route, in this route also you are eliminating, hence the rate of absorption is faster when compared to the oral route of administration. So the drugs which are degrading through the oral route, you can choose the alternative as a non-per-oral route as an intramuscular administration. So this intramuscular administration, when you are administered to a patient, the absorption is faster when compared to the per-oral or non-per-oral, but when comparatively with the route of administration by the intravenous, so this route is slower. Because intravenous injections are directly entering into the systemic circulation, so there is no question of the delay in the absorption or the action. So the major important factor that determines the rate of absorption of a intramuscular injection. Let me discuss one by one. Okay, vascularity of the injection site. This is very much important in the intramuscular. So we said intramuscular is faster when compared to the non-per-oral route with the other like. But again in this part, what do we point the concentrated is that the site where you are injecting, whether you are injecting as an arm, thigh or buttock, so that also influence the rate of absorption. So arm will contain the more faster than the thigh than the buttock. So if you select the site as an arm, the rate of absorption is faster when compared with the thigh or the buttock. So this is also another important criteria because of the vascularity, that is the blood circulation towards in each part of our body is differentiated. So the faster, the higher the vascular in the arm comparatively thigh, and thigh is more comparatively buttock, hence the rate of absorption is also directly influences. Second point to be remembered is that lipid solubility. So like other non-per-oral route, highly lipophilic drugs are rapidly absorbed through this intramuscular administration, and as usual the process of absorption or mechanism of absorption is a passive diffusion only. And if the drugs are available in a hydrophilic as well as ionized, the slow absorption will be there. Absorption will be there, but slow is there, and that the mechanism always follows the capillary pores method. So this is also another important criteria. You can understand that the hydrophilic as well as the hydrophobic can be administered, but the thing is that hydrophobic drugs are the more faster the rate of absorption when compared with the hydrophilic drugs. So next comes the molecular size. As you know already, the smaller the molecules and ions are always faster the rate of absorption. So if the molecules are small are there and ionic in nature is there, capillary through the pores, this is the mechanism which follows for the absorption. If the macromolecules are there, then it goes to the the lymphatic system will be takes place. So if the small molecules and ions are there, they are directly accessed to the capillary through the pores, hence the rate of absorption is faster when compared with the lymphatic system accessing with the macromolecule. Next comes the volume of injection and concentration. You see the the major mechanism of the intramuscular is the passive diffusion. So passive diffusion is nothing but concentration gradient. Think very clearly that here more the concentration and more the volume of the intramuscular injection, the faster will be the absorption. Faster will be the absorption. If the injection is in a very dilute are there and the volume is very less are there, the rate of absorption is slower when compared with the concentration. So then another important criteria to be remember here that volume of injection. Concentration along with the high volume, the rate of absorption is faster. Whereas in case of dilute and low volume, so rate of absorption is slower. So another important point to be remember in the factor composition and viscosity. This is also another important criteria. The faster or slower, it depends upon the viscosity of your injection. So as the viscosity increases, the rate of absorption will be slower. So take an example, majority of oils are available. Okay, some are the fixed oil are there, some are vegetable oil there, some are mineral oil there. In such cases, the rate of absorption will be varied. So the most commonly the vegetable oils, when you use it in the dosage form, the rate of absorption is slower. Okay, hence these are the major important factor which has to be influence on the rate of absorption of a intramuscular administration. So this is also one of the most important route of administration. In present scenario also, this route will be used for the when the viscous are there, when the volume is high is there. So this route of administration will be commonly used. So majorly the vitamins A, D, E, K is the fat soluble vitamins are usually administered through the intramuscular injection only. And next comes the subcutaneous administration. So this is also one of the parenteral route of administration, and this is also one of the example comes under the non-per-oral route of administration. So the factors which are considering for the intramuscular route of administration are similar for the subcutaneous administration. So whatever we discussed in the factor for the intramuscular will be same for the subcutaneous administration. Apart from that, the comparative between the subcutaneous as well as intramuscular are we were discussing. Absorption is slower than the intramuscular. This route of administration, the rate of absorption is slower when compared to the intramuscular. However, subcutaneous is faster than the other route of non-per route. And the reason behind that why it is slower means this route will have the low or poor perfusion of the blood circulation. Hence the comparatively intramuscular, the perfusion rate is very less, hence the rate of absorption is very less. So this route is mainly used when you not required any rapid action. You don't need any rapid action. In such condition, you can be choose this route of administration. And the most commonly the drugs which are degraded by the orally route, so this route will be used for the route of administration for the selected dosage form. In this route, the pain which exists with the intramuscular is comparatively subcutaneous route of administration is very less. So in case of intramuscular, the injection or the insertion of the needle to the deeper side of the intramuscular level, whereas this is in a subcutaneous level, hence the insertion in the lengthwise or insertion in the deep wise will be the differs, and as the deep increases in the intramuscular, the pain is also increases, whereas in subcutaneous you cannot exist any the pain whether you injected or not injected, you cannot be identified. And a major example which is exist in the market are the insulin injection and the sodium heparin injection. The preferably the route selected for administration is the subcutaneous administration. You might have known that the many diabetes patient, they are injecting self injections only, because this is very easiest route of administration where there is no danger in the administration. Just by angling on the 45 degree, just pierce onto the skin, so it will be, you inject it, so the dose will be delivered and the drug will be released for the continuous, for the controlling of a like a insulin injection for the diabetic patient. Student, आज आए हम एक क्लास से absorption of drug from non per oral extra vascular route में दो important non per route चॉइस किया है वो जो है इंट्रामस्कुलर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और सबक्यूटेनियस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। बोथ रूट आर वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट and more helpful when compared with the oral route of administration। वहाँ पे जैसे डिग्रेडेशन होता है ना, यहाँ पे नहीं होता है। इंट्रामस्कुलर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में बहुत ही अच्छा रूट है और ज़्यादातर द रेट ऑफ अब्जॉर्प्शन कंपेयर करें तो नॉन पर ओरल में ये बहुत बढ़िया रहता है, बट कंपैरेटिवली आईवी रूट से कम रहता है। What are the factor that determines the rate of absorption बोले तो जो important factor है ना, it will be influencing on the rate of absorption means वो एक first one is the vascularity of the injection site। मतलब हम लोग कहाँ पे इंजेक्शन कर रहे हैं, जैसे आर्म को कर रहे हैं, थाई को कर रहे हैं, उसके हिसाब से absorption rate भी changes रहता है। लिपिड solubility, more the lipid soluble रहे तो more will be the absorption। हाइड्रोफिलिक अगर रहे तो उसका जो अब्जॉर्प्शन रहता है स्लो रहता, और जो भी पासेस होता है कैपिलरी पोर से होता है। अगर मेजर लिपोफिलिक ड्रग रहे तो वो जो है ना पैसिव डिफ्यूजन मैकेनिज्म से ड्रग अब्जॉर्प्शन होता है। मोलिकुलर साइज जैसे छोटा रहता है वैसे भी रेट ऑफ अब्जॉर्प्शन बढ़ जाता है, क्यों बोले से छोटा रहने से डायरेक्टली ड्रग विल कैपिलरी एंट्री हो जाता है। मैक्रोमोलिक्यूल बड़ा रहने से क्या हो जाता है, लिम्फेटिक सिस्टम से फिर कैपिलरी को आता है, इसके लिए टाइम लगता है। वॉल्यूम ऑफ इंजेक्शन एंड कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, जितना कॉन्सेंट्रेशन रहता है जितना वॉल्यूम बढ़ जाता है इंजेक्शन का डोज तो उतना फास्टर दी अब्जॉर्प्शन रहता है। डाइल्यूट रहे तो या लो वॉल्यूम रहे तो उसका जो अब्जॉर्प्शन प्रोसेस स्लो रहता है। और कंपोजिशन एंड विस्कोसिटी, जैसे विस्कोसिटी बढ़ जाता है ना उसका रेट ऑफ अब्जॉर्प्शन कम हो जाता है। और पूरा जैसे समझ लीजिए आयल्स है अवेलेबल, आयल्स जो रहता है ना विस्कोसिटी कम जो रहता है उसका फास्टर रहता है, विस्कोसिटी ज़्यादा जो रहता है उसका अब्जॉर्प्शन रेट कम रहता है। और नेक्स्ट कम्स टू द सबक्यूटेनियस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में जो फैक्टर हम लोग इंट्रामस्कुलर कंसिडर कर रहे हैं ना, सेम ही फैक्टर यहाँ पे भी रहता है। कंपैरेटिवली अब्जॉर्प्शन इज स्लो विद द इंट्रामस्कुलर बिकॉज ऑफ द पूर परफ्यूजन, ब्लड सर्कुलेशन कम रहता है कंपैरेटिवली इंट्राम। ये जो रूट रहता है ना ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट रहता है, कब आपको इमीडिएट एक्शन और रैपिड अब्जॉर्प्शन ज़रूरत नहीं रहता वो टाइम पे ये रूट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन बहुत बढ़िया रहता है। एंड मोस्ट कॉमनली द ड्रग्स विच आर नॉट सूटेबल, मतलब ओरली जो सूटेबल नहीं होता वो जैसे ड्रग्स को अगर हम सबक्यूटेनियस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन किए तो पेशेंट को सेटिस्फेक्शन ज़्यादा होता है। एग्जाम्पल और इंसुलिन और सोडियम हेपरिन, ये बहुत ही कॉमन एग्जाम्पल, वो जो भी ड्रग आता है ना सबक्यूटेनियस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन रूट में आता है। ये रूट से पेशेंट को बहुत फ़ायदा है, क्या है बोले तो ज़्यादा डेप्थ नहीं जाता है इंजेक्शन नीडल, और बहुत आसान है, पेशेंट खुद कर ले सकते, इससे ये सबक्यूटेनियस रूट इज मोर पॉपुलर। सो ये क्लास से आपको बहुत ही सरल से इंट्रामस्कुलर और सबक्यूटेनियस नॉन पर ओरल रूट से एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन करे तो द रेट ऑफ अब्जॉर्प्शन बड़ा होता है या छोटा होता है बोल के समझ में आया है। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो।